WV Uncommonplace. This podcast is a variety podcast that houses numerous series to cover mental health, empowerment, podcast framework, and various intimate series to get to know the hosts. Along with occasional movies reviews and dives in pop culture with our event podcast episodes. The Uncommonplace digs into bringing guests on that stories don't fit the mold and are very different. WV stands for the great state of West Virginia, and every quarter we cover something in West Virginia. Stacy and myself, JR, are your hosts, so please come along for this venture to our uncommon place.
Yes, the podcast PopUp episode that meant a lot. This episode had guys in 2021. It was probably the best collective in podcasting at that time. Huge disclaimers that some people have drifted away and went apart, but that's part of the podcast business. Things happen, things change. In over a year, you can see the growth in some of these podcasters. And some of these podcasters, like you can, like, if you really go over to see what they got going on right now, you would be amazed what a difference in a year has done to podcasting for these individuals. So that's one thing that I always wanted to try to tap into with these podcast pop-ups. Not necessarily worried about who's getting showcased or what's getting showcased, but a collective of people getting together, making an amazing episode, and seeing how it holds up against the test of time in podcasting. And you guys will let me know how this works out.
What's up, everybody? This is Jay Christian from the Cognac Room. I'm sitting here with some heavy hitters in the game right now. We have Mr. Jay Sparrow from WV Uncommonplace. What's up, bro?
What's going on, man? What's going on, West Virginia all day?
Not too much, not too much. We got my man DeWine J from Grown Man Logic. How are you, brother?
Love and life. Let's bring some accountability and critical thinking tonight.
Okay. We got Big Smash from Bet the House. What's happening?
Hey, man, y'all already know what it is and what it's always going to be.
And we got another brother in here, man. This brother is funny. This brother's intelligent. If you haven't checked him out already, please go check him out. My man Ken from Ken Fluence. What's going on, brother?
What's up, man? Hey, North Carolina in the building, bro. You already know what Absolutely. It is. King Influence, king of consistency between beginning and end. Does again and again. Y'all already know what it is.
Sweet. So, from what I understand, tonight's topic is it is success and significance. Like, we need to discuss the differences, which is most valuable to whom. And we all may have different opinions on that, but we're going to get into it. We're going to see what the consensus is. So I'd like to start with my man, Jay Sparrow, if he wants to.
All right, definitely. I want to give a quick shout out to all the podcasters in the Midwest. Midwest has not been the major focus in podcasting. I'm going to bring y'all guys back, and I'm going to bring you up. March 15th, when we launch in Twitch, we will be in St. Paul, Minnesota. So I do want to get that out there real quick. So all y'all Minnesota podcasters that know me, I'm going to give you that flex. Now, we're talking about success here. Success is something that's the ladder we was taught. Significance is the after product to me of success. Once I get success, I'm going to be significant to the people that like my success. So to me personally, I would rather have the success and not worry about the significance, because if you see the success, significance is going to have an opinion and not a lot of fact in it. So it kind of turns me not to worry that much about significance. As long as I'm successful, and we're going to have some folly and I'm going to fall off, and there ain't going to be much success sometimes. But significance is something that, to me, like it can drag you. Like, an example is, I could be significant to these podcasters on the East Coast, but on the West Coast, they just like the success. They don't like to see all the extraness that goes along inside that success. They like that linear, straight success that they can see. They don't want to know about the highs and lows inside that success. That's my take.
All right. I got you. You make some good points there, man. Dewan.
Wait, I got questions. I
Yeah.
got questions. I think that you could. I don't think that you could have one without the other.
Woo!
Because there's always somebody looking up to you, right? So when you become successful, you're significant to somebody automatically because you've reached the level that that person's trying to reach. So
Yep.
To me they kind of go hand in hand. Now I think the real debate between success and significance comes in between which would you rather have, like what means more to you, right? Because you have to have both. You can't be significant if you've never been successful, and success brings with it significance, right? And that's why we'll forever have
Ooh.
I was gonna say, yeah. Go
No,
ahead.
because with success, if you're significant, if you're even significant to 5 people, don't to your success is not my success. So I feel like if I'm being heard on the regular by 5 people, I feel like that's success enough for me. See, when you go out, you don't necessarily have the same goals as everybody else to be successful. Dewan,
Agreed.
you might be doing this podcast game to get rich. Me, I might just be doing this just because I want to be heard. Jay might be doing this because he heard this how he get the female listenership. We all have different goals and different measurements for success, but I think you can, like you said, Dewan, you can have both. You can. It just depends on your measure of what's successful to you. You know, what was your goal?
I think you misunderstand my point though. Like
Okay.
real quick. Sorry, Ken. My point is, so like whatever your definition of success is, right, that's gonna bring a level of significance. Right. So even if you develop 5 listeners, right, to me, I'm like, yo, that ain't shit. Right. But to you,
Right.
you doing the podcast game because you love it, you successfully launched a platform. That's 5 people hearing you that weren't hearing you before.
Yep.
And you're significant to those 5 people. That's why I say, like, any level of success by you brings along with it significance. That was my point. Like I'm not like trying to set the metrics for success there. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Got you.
I am.
Got you.
That's my shit. To me, everything is metric, right? So that's completely what I bring to everything. So to me, significance is a dependent variable on success. So
Thank you. I agree.
you grow in success, you become more significant. So you think of the old formula back in the day, slope, y equals mx plus b. Your y, that's your success. As you increase x, that being your relevance, it goes up together. It correlates together. So you can't really.
But
I see what y'all are saying. You can't have one without the other, but significance comes out
how who became the judge on what's successful for me though?
So success is relative. Success is
right.
It's based on your perception. To me, I'm a success when I'm doing something that I love and I would do for free. That I'm successful anyway because I'm making a living doing something that I love. It doesn't mean that I'm like the best at it. Doesn't mean that I make the most money. But when I have an influence and an effect on others, that's success to me, right? But what I will say is this though. Another way to look at it is sometimes, and correct me if I'm wrong or if you disagree, sometimes relevance or like that comes first. You understand what I'm saying? Significance comes before success sometimes. Sometimes you're successful because you're significant.
All right, let me give y'all a little bit.
Off of each other. As you become more successful,
does that make
sense?
More
relevant. As you become more relevant, you become more successful. You climb.
All right, let me give you a little take on this real quick. All right, so significance is usually something that's noteworthy. It's something that's worthy of attention. Your success propels the success, no matter if it's on, like, we're not gonna put a measurement on. We're gonna just say success. Success doesn't warrant or need the attention when you're trying to be significant or have any part of that. That's you looking for attention and trying to be noteworthy. But your success is like, in a great example, and I'm gonna use Smash real quick. Smash be killing it. He out here, he doing his thing. Much respect to what he does. And he doesn't, I mean, sometimes he a little braggadocious, I ain't gonna lie. But The thing
Sometimes.
is that yes. So, all right, we're gonna say all the time. But listen, but here's my thing. He doesn't strive to be significant to anyone. He rides on the success of what he does, his platform, and he just does that. So that's my prime example of he's not here looking for significance to be noteworthy or looking for that attention. He does attention grabbing things, but he's out here looking for the success. He's looking for the measure of the man in one of his podcasts. He's looking for that type of success. He's trying to measure that man to be successful.
Okay,
I'm sorry, Jay. Go ahead.
So let's define significance real quick. Like,
okay,
let's define that real quick.
Can I give y'all that?
Please.
It is sufficiently great or important to be worthy of attention, noteworthy, having a particular meaning or indicative of something. Does that help out?
Okay.
So
absolutely.
I would say like level of importance or relevancy, right? So
or
just
relevancy.
boil it down for everybody, level of importance or relevancy at a time.
So I feel like for example, I've let's use grown man logic here. Like I've listened to some of his stuff, right? Didn't know who he was, didn't know how many followers he had, any of that. I heard something that made sense to me. It made him significant and relevant. And so then I was willing to follow his platform.
Exactly. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Which
got you.
Eventually turns into success when you have 1 million motherfuckers doing it. You know what I mean?
Right. But I think
and that's what I'm saying.
Get into the philosophy of when we say success, are we talking about individual success or are we talking about like group success? Are we talking about like to the world, are you a successful
Well, here's
person?
the thing. Here's the thing with that. Like individually and group success brings significance. Like right now, you can consider this group success because everybody on here is successful and significant in their own way and they're coming together. So I think it can be group or solo. It doesn't necessarily have to be in a box. Because if I'm on your show, if you're on my show and I'm on your show and we on his show and we on his show, then you're bringing awareness and significance to what each other is doing because none of our shows are the same.
Right. Let me give an example real quick, and I'll go with Smash again. Smash, the one, Mr. Christian Lee ain't got a show out yet. Kinfluence. Anytime these dudes is on my show, it's a whole new wave of people than my standard Thursday crowd that jumps out there. It brings a higher level of success. I lose that success when I don't conform to the ways of bringing these guys back in and doing more entertainment. So I will definitely agree with the point of it's a significance. It's an attention worthy drop when these guys come through, do a podcast collide, do a whatever. Yeah, that's noteworthy. That's major attention. Does it bring success on both ends? On my end, definitely. On their end, to a degree, certain people. So I could see like how y'all are putting a parallel or putting them both together, tying in each other. But the thing that I say like with the significant part is this. When we go out here, we strive for success. I don't strive to make a product that's attention grabbing or even that truly that noteworthy on every single thing I do. I just go out there to be like, hey, I want to keep this successful pattern going with the podcast collide or the whatever series I'm doing this week or whatever. You know what I mean?
To the point, you have to be authentic in what you're doing and you have to love it. So like with me, I do a gang of shit as too much game would say. I do a gang of shit. And it could be videos, it could be reels, it could be podcasts, whatever. But whatever it is, I gotta enjoy doing that shit. So if it came off as like I'm trying to get attention through a video, I might not. I got some videos with 1,000 views, I got some with 3. So if I'm not genuinely having fun, there's not gonna be consistency there. There's not gonna be a quality aspect to it. And all those things you need for success. Without the quality, without the consistency, without that meticulous eye for certain things that are going to draw people in, or that not even draw people in, but like really make it good to you. If it's not good to you, it's going to be trash to everybody else. So
let me let me point out like a blazing example, right? And one of the most notable examples that the world has ever seen is Kurt Cobain, and the band Nirvana, right? They came out. They arguably the fathers of like the grunge movement, the '90s rock scene, like the alt rock, like shape rock pop today, right? And Kurt Cobain killed himself because he became everything that he hated, right?
Yeah.
He just wanted to be significant and play the music that he wanted to play, right? He didn't want the magazine covers. He didn't want the the Rolling Stones. He didn't want the the accolades, the Grammys or whatever, right? And he ended up like becoming everything he hated. And that's why I say like that's one of those things. And the reason, and to bring it to more relevant terms, everybody today has the debate between Jordan and LeBron, the greatest of all time, best of all time thing, right? Okay, cool. Now, no matter which one of those athletes you take, right? There's two things we can agree on. They both were successful, but there will never be another player as significant to the game as Michael Jordan. Regardless if you think LeBron is greater than him, there'll never be another player as significant to the game as Jordan. And that's why I think you cannot separate the two. Like one brings the other. Now you may prefer to chase one over the other, but the other one is eventually coming.
And then you could do it like you could do like a Jay-Z and Dame Dash type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z didn't want the glitz and glamour. He didn't want the spotlight. Dame did. Jay-Z was cool with just being in the background, sort of, kind of. He was cool with that. But when you look around and you see all your guys and everybody popping bottles and celebrating and being all in the spotlight, got to be the center of attention. Sometimes it's like, okay, look, I'm cool with just making my money, doing my music, and relaxing. Y'all can have the life of the party. That ain't my success. That ain't, yes, we successful. We made enough money where we can get out here and do all this shit. But who said we have to live like that just to say that we made it?
Yeah, and then
Right.
but now look at what happened. Now Jay-Z's on the Mount Rushmore of MCs. There's not a more significant or
That's right.
successful rapper alive. Right. That's the point.
To smash his point, right, with Dame and Jay, I'm gonna give you another example. And I think this one hits it even better. Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole. They came out at the same time. I think skill level, they about the same, give or take, but Kendrick Lamar was more successful because he was more consistent with what he did for a time. And his projects were a little bit more I guess you could say dense than J. Cole's. J. Cole would go off the map for 20 years, come back and be like, all right, I'm here. I want to get my shit off my chest and I'll dip. And then people are like, J. Cole, I don't know what this is.
But now the role is kind of reversed. Because now the role is kind of reversed. Because Kendrick is now taking a back seat. He came, he saw, he conquered. He's sitting in the back now. Cole is coming back. So it's like, a lot of people just feel like they come out when they want to come out. They do what the fuck they want to do. That's how you know you made it, when you could do what the fuck you want to do, when you want to do it, and people are still invested in it. If Tupac wasn't dead right now, and he dropped the album, how many of us would go buy the album?
I'm gonna go cop shit.
Hey, Smash. Let's be serious. Tupac still might drop an album next week. Like that's true.
If Tupac came back from the dead, nigga, that's gonna be
Michael
the greatest
Jackson
selling hip hop album in
Ever.
Facts.
Nah, but that's the thing though, right? Like, real quick, let me jump on that Kendrick Lamar point, right? Because we forget that Kendrick Lamar did the entire score and soundtrack to the Black Panther.
Oh yeah, he did do that. Yeah.
Kendrick Lamar is still getting Disney money. Like he don't have to do nothing else.
But he got that because of what? He got that because of his past success, which made him relevant enough for them to reach out and say, "Hey, Kendrick, we want you. We're gonna tap you."
And you still have people out here that are invested in Kendrick. Kendrick may never have to drop another album again, but you do have people that will call for it. You know what I'm saying? Kendrick.
Yeah, shit, I'm calling for it. K Dot, if you get a hold of this, could you please, sir?
We need
All
another
right.
one.
Thank you.
So I have a
But
question.
like
Though. I
that's
have a
like
question as it
Rihanna too.
relates to like I heard Dewan say something about, you know, they go hand in hand, significance and success, depending on which one you want to chase. Quick question. Do you believe that which one you believe is the quickest way to get there? Like, would you get to success or to the pinnacle quicker if you chase significance or if you chase success? I know what I believe and what I think, but I'm asking you.
I think I'd rather see. That's the thing.
It depends on the industry, dog.
Yeah, because
That sounds like
my
Dolomite. Hold on.
Content,
Oh, yeah.
content, you more likely to get it by being relevant.
Mhm.
But different types of art that you create, it's all on your merit. It's all on the actual
Yeah.
talent that you have, especially because you can get on by being relevant, but you're not gonna have longevity by just being relevant. So
Because
you can get on all day by going viral.
So you feel like
success-
success propels you to more success?
My
Huh?
success might not be your success. See, society has a funny way of making you feel like you ain't doing enough. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Hey man, I got 5 cars in my garage. Oh man, that ain't shit. I got 10 in mine. So that society has a funny way of making you feel like you're not doing enough. Like no matter what you feel is good enough for you. Like, yo, I got 10K followers. I might be content with that. But then you have somebody else who has 1 million and they feel like, man, that ain't shit. So now in the back of your mind, you are trying to fit with that because a motherfucker with 1 million followers told you your 10K ain't shit. So now instead of doing for your own merit, like Dolomite just said, you're doing it because you feel like that is the Mecca. 1 million followers is the Mecca because that's how fucked up society has us feeling. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I think, like Dolomite said, it's all about your art. Everybody has a different measuring stick for what they measure success. Can you lose significance chasing success? Yes. Can you lose success chasing significance? Yes. But
So I have a question about that though.
go ahead.
I would like some clarity on that because when someone says being relevant isn't enough to sustain your success, like in my mind, that doesn't make a lot of sense in my head.
All right, let me touch.
Let's put it this way.
Let me clear it up.
Rakim is relevant, not
Yeah.
that
Mhm.
successful.
Now,
KRS
you mean now?
super
But
relevant,
my thing
not
is, how do
super
you get
successful.
relevant without being successful? Like, what are you relevant
can't.
for if you're not successful?
You can't.
Relevant to what if you have no success to back?
Okay, well, we'll put it this way. It's 1 million IG bitches that are relevant as hell. They not successful though.
Here's 1 million.
Sure,
What
sure.
type of bitches?
IG.
Yeah.
Oh,
Gotcha.
hold on, guys, real
Yeah.
quick. Let me get the floor for just a second. I do want to say this real quick. We do have with us right now, Uncle Dolomite from Too Much Game Podcast. How you doing?
What's going on with you?
Nothing much. This is the first time we didn't actually got the interaction. We still got a show to do. We might do
That
that.
man don't need no special introduction.
All right, listen.
Yeah,
Listen.
late to the
All
party.
right.
nigga, don't step on my introduction, nigga.
All right, so look. I do want to throw this out here real quick. All right, so when I was chasing being significant, that was just dreams I had. When I got 16 doors set in my face, saying that my podcast was too amateur, I ain't got a intro, still ain't got a fucking intro. Anyway, and I got rejected by this podcast trying to take my stuff to the top. That significance was just a wild dream. It was an ambition. It was like, I want to be significant to these people for a certain reason. I'm gonna tailor my show so hard to be like this so they'll like me. Nah, that shit didn't work. So I said, fuck that, flip the script, and I started patterning my success. I started looking at how successful people got to where they were. I didn't rely on being significant to one person.
Wait,
Anything that's
don't confuse significance with being liked. Significance is more of a respect and an importance thing than it is being liked, right?
significance, significance is something of noteworthy. A person has noteworthy. That is just a like. That's a formal like, brother.
Drug addicts
because
hate the drug dealer. But he's significant.
hold on. But yeah, but Adolf Hitler, the most hated man in history, is significant. He's not liked.
Yeah.
right? Like,
it's
don't.
Triple H.
Oh, all right, I get you on that one. I'll give you that one. You can take that one back. I'll put my hands on my. You got it.
No, I'm
Donald
just saying,
Trump.
like, yeah. I mean, the list goes on and on, right? Like, but at the end of the day, right? Like, I mean, tailoring something to get people to like you versus being respected, right? And that's where the whole debate comes into, like, which one are you chasing, success or significance, right? Like, too many people confuse significance with wanting to be liked or wanting to be popular or wanting to like pop. Like, there's a whole difference in that. You're always gonna lose 10 out of 10 times by wanting to be liked by everybody.
All right, well, do me a favor on this one.
Go ahead, DR.
Do me a favor real quick, Dewan, and I want everybody to break this down to me. Break down the word attention. What is involved in attention? Attention is a positive and a negative feed at the same time, but it has a form of likeness. It has a likeness that you're going to like it or you're not going to like it. So inside that, attention is a outcome of being significant, correct?
Yeah, but
yeah.
sometimes people don't chase attention to be relevant. They are chasing attention to be successful. You know what I'm saying? Because the more eyes on you, the more the doors open up. So I'm not necessarily chasing attention to be popular. I might be chasing attention to get my name out here in these streets. You don't have to like me. Even if you talking negative about me, that's still more press than what I had yesterday. So if I got a motherfucker that's on here, man, you know what? Bet the house ain't shit. And I'm sick of that shit. And I wish y'all would stop going to listen to that motherfucker because all he do is talk shit. Now you have people who are finna go invest and finna go see what the fuss is going over here. You know what I'm saying? Me and Dolomite just talked about this the other day when Dolomite was like, yo, I should come on here and be like, fuck Bet the House and watch how many people come flocking for to see what's going on. And that's what it is. I wouldn't mind it because, hey, now you have people that are finna go check out and see what the big fuss is. We want to see what the fuss is. Why the fuck is Dolomite up coming out the blue out the network? He ain't made a show in months, but he coming out the woodwork saying fuck Bet the House. Now we need to go see what's going on over there that's got him feeling like this. Boom.
Well, let me
I
tell
ain't
you
chasing it,
man.
but
it needs to come back to like what you put your value on, right?
Exactly.
So you can say, you know, I want all the attention in the world, I want all the relevance
exactly.
in the world, but like at the end of the day, you're never gonna be successful. And like Dewan said about Kurt Cobain, you're gonna end up, you know, not living to the most fulfilled version of yourself.
Yeah.
And something tragic may happen to you, whether it be, you know, anxiety attack, stress attack, whatever, heart attack, I don't know. But the pressure that you put on yourself, looking for other people's eyes on you, and you don't see yourself as successful. So what you need to do is you need to sit the fuck down and say, this is what makes me successful. You need to get a piece of paper, write that shit down, and say, when I meet this criteria for myself, I'm successful. Not
I got one for you. They say you're nobody until somebody kills you.
Yeah.
So
not when I get 100,000 views or 100,000 whatever.
Yeah.
Fuck all
You
that.
see how motherfuckers skyrocket when they die? You know what I'm saying? Michael Jackson numbers went up when he died.
Yeah.
Tupac shit went up when he died. When a motherfucker died, Nipsey Hussle shit went up when he died. Like,
let me tell you something.
Your relevance.
With my job, I've never asked somebody for a job that I want. Like in my adult life, in the career that I'm in, I've never went up to somebody and said, hey, sir, I want a job. Because of the success that I brought to the organization or the unit that I was in, people have come to me and said, you're relevant or you're whatever because you in your own lane, you did your own shit and you killed it. Now that I know that you're not chasing a performance report, I know you're not chasing, you know, running after people. You're not trying to be all up in people's face.
You're not gonna work for 2 weeks, get your first paycheck, and then quit.
Right. I'm gonna get my check and dip. Nah, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna run it up. I'm gonna run out. Nah, not that. But because the success was geared towards me doing the best I could, and I'm gonna give all the quality and all of the effort that I can provide to this organization, this unit, this whatever. Then people want to come in and say, that's where I want to invest my time. That's where you get your relevancy. So to me, again, that success comes when you find what is successful to you, and then other people notice. But if you're chasing the notice part first, you're gonna fuck yourself in the head.
Yep.
And that's that on that hashtag Campbell's.
Y'all gonna say that? Y'all niggas replied, nigga. That nigga stopped. The niggas just was like, damn, that nigga blew us all away, nigga.
No,
Damn right.
Nah, I mean that's a bar. I got no argument with that, man. That's a fact.
Yeah,
that's facts.
But why does it take for somebody to die or get shot or do something in order to finally see the success that they might have been striving for when they was alive? Why does it take for somebody?
World, bro.
because unfortunately,
It's like this, dog. You have 50 birthday parties. You have a big wedding. You have a housewarming party, a baby shower. Niggas ain't gonna show up like they gonna show up for your funeral. Yo, the biggest birthday party you had in your life ain't gonna look like your funeral. I've been saying that shit for years. Like, nigga, my 50th birthday, I might have a funeral. I might fake my death and then pop up at the party just to get a million motherfuckers there, and then I'm just gonna hop up like, nigga. I love that y'all saying all this great shit about me. I'm still here, motherfucker.
So you gonna have a funeral birthday party?
Yeah, I'm
gonna be
like
a fake
Joffrey
one.
Jofer.
That'd be a first. There's your significance right there.
So here's what I'm gonna say, man, and I just want to use this as an example. I need some feedback if you guys don't mind. Young Dolph, I knew who Dolph was. I knew of him, right? I knew of his music. I knew he was an artist, but I never listened to his music. I heard it in passing, or if somebody got in and was like, listen to this, but I never took the time out to listen to not one of this man's songs or albums until he was deceased. So here's my point. Sometimes people don't even know who these people are until they die. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so the numbers will go up because it's like, oh, people are saying all this stuff about this guy. He must have been some big deal. Let me go check it out.
Yeah.
You got people that cry. You got people that cry over celebrities, but they know niggas for 10 years and won't shed a tear. You know what I'm saying? Came up in the same neighborhood. You got people that done came up in the same house and won't show that much support as they showed when Michael Jackson died.
Mm-hmm.
They showed when Biggie died.
Yeah, but I mean,
the thing is, like, dog, and I've explained this shit before. Like, nigga, I felt guilty because my aunt passed not too long before Nipsey did. I cried like a bitch when Nipsey died. I ain't really cried like that when my auntie died. But what I realized was the reason a lot of niggas cry like that over celebrities is because celebrities gave you, it depends on who it is anyway. Like Michael Jackson. The reason I cried when Michael Jackson died is because of the memories attached to Michael Jackson. Nigga, I remember moonwalking through my house when I was little. Like, I remember walking around with one fucking glove on when I was little. Like, the impact that nigga had on my life was more significant than the nigga that live up the street. Like, the nigga that live up the street, yeah, nigga, we got some memories and shit, but that nigga didn't make PYT. Like, I ain't getting no pussy listening to that nigga music. Like, it's a lot of shit that happened to these niggas' music that it automatically hits you. Like, when a celebrity die and they get to playing their music, like, nigga, every time I hear, last time that I checked, I get teary-eyed, like, damn. Because it's them memories. Your homeboy, it ain't gonna be a lot of shit that's gonna bring that feeling to you about a nigga who lived 3 doors away. Like, you gonna be sad, you know, you see a picture of the nigga. But like a lot of these artists, especially, you know, how impactful their music was, that shit gonna hit different. Now, when certain rappers die, it ain't gonna be like that.
It's more tragic when they die too. Like, if homie down the street died, you like, oh man, bro was over there and he was bowling or he was doing whatever he was doing anyway. You're like, bro, you know, like you're too close to it sometimes for you to be as sad as it was. For people's aunts and uncles that pass away, you're like, oh, well, they had cancer and, you know, they over there, it was off rough anyway, so it's better that they're gone now. But like with the Michael Jackson or somebody, wrong or right, you're like, dang, man, ain't gonna be another PYT. He was gonna do that next tour. This is it. oh, we ain't gonna get no more music. And that's where that sadness comes in. That's where that, like, you know, I grew up, I had all this nostalgia with them. It was so significant at this part of my life, defining that was the soundtrack of my high school. That was the soundtrack of my whatever. I did my first football game. I caught my first touchdown to, you know, and they played bad afterwards, that kind of stuff. But you don't get those same types of like hardcore wired connections a lot of times with the people close to us. And to me, that's a problem. To me, that's like, if you're not as close to your community and your family, like that, man. And you know, sometimes but wrong, but it be like that.
But like it's anecdotal though, man, because you got to realize too that a lot of the people that you know, right, you've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly. Whereas a celebrity or a rapper to you might, like, you know what I'm saying, you only saw good. You only saw what they want you to see. So to you just like, yo, like when Pac got shot, right? Like that was the biggest one for me, right? When Pac got shot, I was like, God damn, like, yo, I'm not gonna hear no more music. Like, yo, this dude fucking, he understood me. I felt like, you know what I'm saying, like the shit that I was like going through, you know what I mean? But at the same time, like, yo, this nigga was running with bloods, like, you know what I mean? Like, looking back at it, right? No, and I'm not saying that like to like throw shade or anything like that, but what I'm saying is when he was alive, like he was pretty much infallible. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, yo, I saw what he wanted me to see, like the shining, the jewelry and everything. So I saw all of the good aspects. So when he died, it was kind of just like, God damn, like, yo, why somebody would take a person like this off the earth, not realizing the backstory. But the dude down the street, your aunt, like, yo, my aunt whooped my ass a bunch of times, unjustly, I might add, like, you know what I'm saying? And whether or not I had beef with her or not about that shit, like, subconsciously, I saw the good and the bad and the ugly. So it was kind of like, well, she was doing this, so I kind of understand. So that, I mean, I think that's why. So it's anecdotal. You paint this picture of like a perfect person and a celebrity because they helped you through some shit, or, you know what I'm saying? They, like Dolomite said, they attach to like a fond memory that you have, or whatever. But at the end of the day, like, that person's a person too, and we have to remember that.
So back to success and significance, right? To me, I felt tore up when Chadwick Boseman died, because he had done so many successful, relevant movies for Black folks. You talking about Jackie Robinson movie, you talk about Black Panther, you talk about James Brown, you talk about all these roles he played.
Thurgood Marsh.
Thurgood, all these highly impactful roles. He was not just successful, he wasn't just relevant, but he hit that correlation in such a sweet spot for our society that it was like, that was a rough one, man. So I remember sitting there quiet on my phone, and so you had to hit me, what's wrong with you?
Let me ask you this, Cam, real quick, not to cut you, but like, let me ask you this: had you known he had colon cancer and he was fighting about it after he first got diagnosed, do you think that would have hit you as hard, or the fact that it was all of a sudden?
Definitely not. It was a suddenness. It was a suddenness, and it was it felt like celebrities are so damn transparent with everything else. Why didn't we get this? We should have been the first one as the public, you know. And I think we as the world community was like, this not how this works. Ain't no more secrets, bro. Like, you know, the president can cuss you out. Presidents tell you, or not presidents, but celebrities tell you when they take shits. Like, you know that they pregnant before they do. So hashtag Rihanna. But it's stuff like that where you're like, bro, like, we were supposed to know this. So not getting that taken away from us feels like, oh, everything's alive. You know, we in the dark, and you know, who else about to die? Who else got colon cancer in this motherfucker? Like, everybody's looking around. So that's what was drawing for me.
Yeah.
Virgil.
Yeah, Virgil. Yo, shout, rest in peace to the God, man.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Facts.
So, all right. Dolomite mentioned something. He talked about the guy down the street. So I know in my life, there were the neighborhood guys or uncles, people who nobody really knows like that, who were definitely significant, but they weren't as successful. How do we explain that?
They're significant to a smaller group of people.
Right.
They're not successful according to you. It's
anecdotal. The thing is, you're absolutely 1,000% significant to your children.
Absolutely.
And you could be homeless living in a fucking box.
Mm-hmm.
You could be the most significant person in the world to one or two people, but that don't equate to success. It's how many people you're significant to. that
Right.
determine the success.
That's what I said earlier. I don't know if you were in here yet, but my point was I think that significance precedes success in a lot of cases. Now, I believe that there are some cases where success would precede significance. Like after you're successful, you become significant. But even saying that, in my mind, I'm like, you have to be significant to somebody before anybody's willing to pay you for any fucking thing.
Man,
Even if you
see,
work at
that-
Amazon. Even if
It's
you
like
work
an
at Amazon,
ecosystem, though. Everybody
they're willing to
plays
pay you
their
because
role.
you're significant. They need you.
Man, I'm gonna say it like this. And my story probably different than anybody else's. Did nobody give two fucks about me until I got successful? I wasn't significant to this one or that one until they seen this
How do you
success.
get
When they,
successful without being significant to someone? So if people,
Because-
okay, let's use podcasting. If people are listening to your podcast and your
Mhm.
numbers are going up every week, or at some point they went up, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like they had to find some significance first.
That's exactly like it's the significance and to the right people. Because
Yeah.
that's the thing. In order for you to become successful, you got to be significant to some fucking body. You might not be successful to the masses, but if you significant to Mark Zuckerberg and he decide to make you the number 2 man at Meta, you successful. Then you become significant to everybody else because they like, who's this nigga that we always seeing with Zuckerberg? So yeah, you do have to be significant to some damn body. It just
What if
depends
you
on who you're
significant to
successful
yourself?
It's the graph, y'all.
What if you
start off a
significant
little
to
bit
yourself?
successful, and you get a little bit more relevant. You get a little bit more successful. You get a little bit more relevant. Get a little bit
But
more
what
successful.
what if you
Get a little bit more
already
relevant.
successful to yourself, even if you never get
That's where it
successful to
Well,
anybody?
we talking about that shit in a form of financial success, not personal success. Like me as a truck driver, nigga, I'm personally successful. Like, nigga, I don't give a fuck. This podcast, I could delete this shit, throw it all away. I don't give a fuck. I'm successful. My kids is happy, nigga. That's my success. But what we
Facts.
talking about is financial success. In order for you to become a wealthy motherfucker, you got to be successful to the people who will pay you. Or, I mean, significant. I keep saying successful. But you got to be significant to the people who are willing to pay you. Just
The
like if you're a
NBA.
fucking plumber, like you got to be significant to your customers in order for you to get paid. So you have to be significant in some way to some fucking body in order to get financial success. But
look at it like the NBA though. You start off right in high school. Ain't nobody give a fuck about you, but you got to be successful. And then you get enough success, you get eyes on you, you get relevant, you go to
and that's where I'm
college,
coming
you go
from.
to
That's what I'm
college,
saying.
and you get more and more, right? And then you get that first contract. as a
Wait.
rookie. You get,
Hey, that's a
you get
bad
that rookie
example.
contract. Hold on, Noah. You get that rookie contract, and everybody kind of the same. After that, you prove your success. You get more eyes on you. What happened to that check? It go up. Now let's look at what's old boy who left the Lakers? Got fucked. $27 million.
And it's
What's
true.
Shooter.
Shooter. Okay, that's the other side of the graph. Okay, when you get so when that success drops off and you think you're more relevant than you are, or your relevance is up and your success is down, and you get out there, you think that relevance is gonna carry you. Oh, bro, your pockets gonna get hurt. Your pockets are gonna suffer. They're gonna cry.
Yep. No, but I think those are both bad examples though. In the example of the high school athlete, you were significant to that high school basketball team prior to being relevant. I mean, prior to being successful. You were the reason they went to state. You were no, you understand what I'm saying? So the significance came first, right? And with the dude that left the Lakers, right? Like he was significant enough to earn the offer of that contract, right? And turn it down, right? Ultimately, he had bad people in his pocket, right? But he was significant enough for somebody to look at it and be like, "Yo, you're worth this much to us," right? So he was significant first before he was successful. He ultimately ended up being not successful because he thought that he was more significant than he was. But the significance definitely came first.
yeah, but the thing is, the success had to come in order for the significance to matter. The reason that he ain't getting that contract in other places is because other people don't judge his success as what he thought it was. That was the fucking problem. He thought he was more. He thought that his success was what got him that money. That's why his ass is broke now, because he was believing his own press. The significance that he had that the Lakers brought him, he thought he could take elsewhere. And the Lakers is like, no, nigga, you're significant to us. That's why we're offering you this money. Them other niggas, they know you suck in real life.
Hey, stall him out, man. What do you? Huh? Stall him out, though, Mike. What are you doing?
That nigga trash. That nigga's not that fucking good.
Suck for me, bro. But suck down, bro.
Like nigga, he's not great, my nigga. Like the thing that the Lakers understand is he was valuable to their chemistry. He was good in their locker room. What he brought to their locker room was what they needed. Other teams don't give a fuck about. We don't need a nigga with a blonde streak in his hair, nigga. Like, what the fuck is that?
Some Harry Potter type shit.
But hey,
shit.
Back to the original point though. I think like from starting out from nothing, right? You have done not a thing yet. You're waking up, you in a brand new place, and you haven't done anything yet. I think you have to have some type of success before you get relevant, and then from there it snowballs. Because if you
I agree.
From nothing, if you've done nothing successful, the fuck are you relevant for?
Well,
So then why are
people can come out of nowhere
if you're
and
not
nobody
relevant?
know them. People can come from out of nowhere. Like
Nobody comes from out of nowhere.
Yes, they do. It's a group out right now that's on everybody's podcast that's about to be the next big thing for at least 10 episodes.
I gotta think about it.
Nobody comes from out of nowhere. Though.
Drake came from nowhere. Like,
nah, man.
He came from Degrassi.
Nah.
So
what I'm saying is,
you think they came out of nowhere?
He was known as an actor. We didn't know Drake is a rapper, as an artist.
But he was on the acting show on Degrassi. That nigga had bars.
It takes 10 years to become an overnight success.
Facts.
Like everybody who's ever came out of nowhere, it's 1,000 niggas that could show you 5 mixtapes that ain't nobody heard.
Yeah.
The niggas been grinded. We just didn't know. Them niggas ain't come out of nowhere of shit.
It's not overnight.
Them niggas probably run they city, run they state, run their region before we even see who the fuck they are.
Yeah.
But you gotta have a good song before you can do that. You gotta have a good body of work before you do that. And then
okay, but let me ask you, since what was Drake's body of work? What was Drake's body of work in the music game before he blew up?
Hey man, hey, Drake penned hold on. I can answer that question. Drake penned a lot of shit for a lot of people.
Yeah, and like I said, a slew of mixtapes. Like Drake,
that one Jamie Foxx song
back when he was doing them mixtapes with Lil Wayne. Everybody was saying this nigga's talented.
What did you say, JR? Nobody who put who?
I said, and don't forget the little Jamie Foxx song he wrote too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Drake penned a lot of shit for a lot of people that like a lot of people don't even realize. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Drake had respect. He's kind of like Neo. Like me, everybody thought that Neo's first appearance was so sick of love songs. This dude had Grammys for writing credits like well before he popped out with that shit. Like, yeah, like what I'm just saying, like, there's nobody that comes out of nowhere. Nobody.
But it's from
even
like
Rick Ross was on all type of shit before.
Okay, listen though, people do come from out of nowhere. Everybody on this panel came from out of nowhere. Like
that's not true.
Come out of nowhere
in the podcast, we podcast.
Nah,
we
Smash,
came from out of nowhere.
Smash, I started podcasting because I met other podcasters promoting a book.
And Dewan,
you came from out of nowhere because you didn't know that you wanted to be a podcaster.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
What I'm saying is,
but this way, Smash. None of us came from zero, and our first episode had 50,000 listeners. That's
hell no.
Talk about it.
It's true.
Hell no.
Coming out of nowhere. Like no niggas like, I'm gonna start a podcast. I'm a plumber. I'm gonna start a plumbing podcast, and I'm at 75,000 listeners. That
hell no.
But I promise you that each and every one of us, prior to podcasting, had some artistic background prior to getting into this shit.
Hell no. All I do is build Walmarts. I ain't got nothing. All I do is build
I tried to
fucking
be
So
a
you never
rapper.
wrote poetry. You never rapped. You never drew
uh,
pictures. You
Nah, I
never.
built Walmarts and listened to 1980s R&B. That's it.
all right,
Okay,
so
well, maybe you're the
but JR,
exception, but I mean,
There's
I was
artistry in that
in.
thought
Listen,
process.
I got music. I got videos of me dancing. I've choreographed. I've been in plays. I've done all kind of shit, man.
And the
But
only thing
it's
is,
the critical thinking, bro.
Me?
Like people don't understand that critical thinking is art. And
Nigga.
True.
you know what I'm saying? Like
True.
motherfuckers who can go in there and build a Walmart and have a vision and effectuate it, be a program manager, and say this needs to go there at this time, that time, line shit up, make it work, make it jump all at one time. To me, that's art. That's moving
Yeah.
shit on a physical level that is just as beautiful as making a song or making, you know, a choreographed dance number,
only-
something like that. It's
the
the
only-
same shit.
yeah, I didn't know shit about wanting to be a podcast. I just felt like shit, I could talk shit. And if it's that easy, then shit, why not?
Shit
So-
talking is
Yeah,
definitely an art
I
form,
still don't
Smash.
know
I
how to do a
promise.
Smash.
podcast. I got
Hell
40
yeah.
episodes.
Hey,
I got
hey
40
Smash,
episodes. I
how
don't know
long?
what the fuck I'm doing.
Smash, how long you been in the podcast again?
I like 3 years.
All right, so that's over 1,000 days,
Right.
right? You know what I'm saying? That it took you to become as successful as you are now,
Right.
with hopefully much more to come, right? So
Right.
like for
Facts.
me, even the followers that I have now, right? Dolomite will tell you when I first came on the scene, I already had like a 16,000 follower head start, like on most people from like wrestling, right? Ken, me and you both military right now, so like, it's nothing for me to go to work and be like, I need everybody in this fucking platoon right now to go give me a listen, go give me a 5-star review, right?
I can't tell
I'm
everybody.
grinding.
They be snitching,
Right.
They be, you know.
There's nobody that came out of nowhere ever. It just doesn't happen. We hear the story, the greatest of all time, Jordan cut from his high school basket. We hear it all the time.
True.
But that's the thing, because even with Michael Jordan, like they like to tell the story of Michael Jordan getting cut from the freshman team and then starting varsity the next year. What they don't say is the motherfucker grew like 6 inches that year. Like you was like 5'11" and you got cut, and then you came back, you was 6'4". You a
Yeah.
whole different nigga, and I'm sure he was grinding like a motherfucker. I'm sure
Oh,
he was
yeah, he
probably
was.
cutting niggas' heads off that whole school year.
Every
waiting to get
motherfucker
back
that
to
made it
tryout.
before him, that made it over him, he wanted their head.
You ever watch
Exactly,
Come
and that's
Fly
what
With
I'm
Me?
saying. Like a lot of us, we
Shit.
ain't came out of nowhere. Like me, like it might look like I came out of nowhere, but I had thousands of followers before I deleted my Instagram and came back to this shit. Like a lot of my listeners know exactly who the fuck I am. A lot of niggas, my listenership and just motherfuckers who I network with, these niggas know exactly who I am. Just cause outside people don't know who I am, don't mean like I just came out of nowhere. Like what me and Dewan is saying, like ain't no came out of nowhere of shit. Like you might not have been known to niggas in Chicago, but everybody in Florida know you.
Somebody
Everybody
know you
in
from
the
somewhere.
family. Huh?
Right, I agree with that shit. Just like with the whole little Podcastagram tournament, I didn't know Dwan from a can of paint, and next thing you know, Pat sending my way talking about this, and that. We connect there, and then from that point on, that's what gave me the whole experience of jumping from the suburban podcast over to the urban side. So I get what you're saying on that. Only thing I'll say to like on like just coming out the gate, being popular stuff. Yeah, I got a show with on Judge Judy and stuff like that. You know, I had my little bit of fame here and there, but nah, I was a nobody.
You got
I
a
sat
show
there-
with Judge Judy?
But
Yeah,
see, the
bro, you
thing
ain't see
about
that shit?
the thing about being nobody, that's relative, dog.
Damn.
Like you might think, oh man, I ain't had nobody. And somebody else might look like, nah, nigga, you had a lot. Like to you, it might not have been nothing, but to certain motherfuckers, like put it this way, there's a nigga right now, he getting 40 listens an episode. He probably think that shit is a lot. Like, nigga, I'm doing numbers. I'm getting 40 people, just like a fucking selfie. You post a selfie, get 22 likes. Some niggas think that shit did numbers. Like, I got 20 likes. Other niggas like 20. Nigga, I'm getting 57,000 likes. Like, that shit is relative. So, like, for you to be saying, like, that you came out of nowhere. You didn't, dog. Like you might have slowly grew your shit, but it wasn't out of nowhere unless you just went from 0 to 60,000. And I strongly doubt that.
It's true, man. There's real photographers out here, bro, that be taking real. They got the real Nikons, they got the real Canons.
But listen though,
like that. But then there are also people who will go out there. They'll take a picture of their ass and get billions of views. Just
you can come from out of nowhere, man. Think about it. I'll give you an example. T-Pain is an example.
Okay, yeah, he did come out of nowhere.
T-Pain came from out of no fucking where. Like,
no, he didn't.
And then
he didn't. No, he was in a group for years. Hold on.
But that group ain't go nowhere.
It doesn't matter.
He was putting in work. He was honing his
He was still
skills.
making contacts. And let's not forget T-Pain. Like I'm a member of the spoken word community heavy too, especially in the South. And T-Pain was he was grinding. A lot of people knew who T-Pain was. Yeah. So when he came out with that song, "I'm in Love with the Street," a lot of people was
I'm
like,
"Sprung" and all that. Yeah.
A lot of people was like, "Oh, Teddy finally did something." Like, but he put in a lot of years grinding, bro. Like he did making his contacts and everything like that. So like it's about the people blowing at the right time, right? And that's why when it comes to like being a success, bro, everybody that you meet, everybody that you come in contact with, you gotta kind of handle them with like a white glove because you never know where they're gonna be at tomorrow. And that's how T-Pain, quote unquote, came out of nowhere. Because I'm saying he met a dude that was bouncing at a fucking strip club, and next thing you know, he owned the biggest studio in Tallahassee. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and he went in there, recorded the track. The right people heard it, and it put him on. But that comes from nurturing and cultivating relationships, man.
And that's the reason that everybody always says keep going, because at the end of the day, it literally, and I think this is what a lot of people assume or take as coming out of nowhere. It literally takes one exposure to launch your career, but it didn't just happen overnight. It was this one incident that triggered everything else, but you've been doing that shit for a minute. Generally speaking, usually that's how it's been.
If you have your portfolio together, man, you never know when that day will come, just like Jay just said. So make sure your shit is tight. So if you are a podcaster, make sure that your episodes are somehow posted on your Instagram or some type of accessible feed so people can get a snippet of you and say, do I like this? Do I don't? If you a painter, have you some paintings or some drawings out and be able to have your best work out there. Like, cause stuff up in your head, man, that don't do nothing for you. Stuff you got tucked away in the closet does nothing for you. But if you could put your body of work together, you can put it out there for people to say, I like that, I enjoy that. Now, quote unquote, overnight success, maybe sure you're overnight relevant, but you've been successful in the things that you've done already. So have those things ready to group and ready to present so that you can say, hey, here you go, put me on.
Bro, like I'll even go a step further. The first time I wrestled on TV was like that, right? We got this saying in the wrestling business, don't go to a wrestling show without your gear in the trunk, right? Mm-hmm. Perfect example, right? So like anytime I'm going out, I could be going to watch, I'm not booked on the show or what have you, but I got my gear like in the trunk or whatever. Boom, something happened in the back where one of the dudes couldn't go, right? And they was like, yo, I need a worker. I raised my hand. You got your gear? Yeah, okay, cool. Boom, you're going to wrestle this guy. Go out, had matches tonight at that little venue, right? I didn't know that, you know what I'm saying, WWE scouts was in town that night, and they was just happened to just check out a bunch of indie shit, right? Next thing you know, hey, man, we want to bring you in for a tryout, blah, blah, this, that, and the third. Hey, what do you think about, you know what I'm saying, John Cena fucking you up tonight? I'm with it. What's the payday? Boom. And that led to a lot of different other opportunities, right? So, like, now, a lot of people look. I mean, you look at my Instagram, both pages, you look at my Facebook, you know what I'm saying, it's full, 5,000, 13,000, 16,000, right? Like, but that came from like a lot of people seeing me from all of the hours that came putting in the gym and that one time that I had my one gear and that on a show that I wasn't even supposed to be on led to something else. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, no.
They Rocky King'd you, man?
Say it again? They
Rocky King'd you?
Several times.
You know who Rocky King is, right?
I definitely know who Rodney King is.
Yeah,
I've been Rodney King several times, man. But hey, look, I got an open door policy with Vince McMahon now, so you know what I'm saying, whatever.
And see, the thing is, it's like this.
Hell yeah.
My first time hearing the phrase was from Oprah, but I heard somebody else said it. luck is where preparation meets opportunity.
I was going there.
Absolutely.
I did a whole episode called Fortuitousness, and I was talking about that shit. Like, a lot of niggas look and think somebody popped up out the fucking blue. No, them niggas had enough work to show somebody that made them say, I'm finna put you on. Like when you think about a rapper like Blueface, it looked like a nigga like him just popped up out of nowhere. Like, a lot of rappers like to tell the lie and say, man, I only been rapping 2 weeks, nigga. Then I got signed by QC. Now I'm the biggest shit. Like, nah, nigga. Like, Young Thug, nigga, there's a video of Young Thug and Black battle rapping when them niggas was like 12. Black, the nigga like 6, L-A-C-K, that nigga, the way he spelled his name. Him and Young Thug was rapping in junior high school. Like, a lot of these niggas try to make it seem like they are overnight success for some stupid ass word. It's like a culture in hip hop to just make shit sound fucking retarded. But that's what niggas do. Like, they try to make it seem like, oh man, I just started rapping. I'm not even a rapper. I'm a dope slanger. I just fell off in the studio on accident and just recorded this platinum song. Like, no, nigga, most of these niggas been rapping since they was little boys.
Hey, Jay, watch me spin this block.
Yeah, niggas been grinding forever. They just try to make it look like them up. Just like rappers got a rapper age. I'm 12.
No,
22.
That's the thing though, right? If you seem more successful, or if you seem more significant than you are, right? Then you can sell that dream and you become more successful because you seem unattainable to people. So you make people want to follow you, to reach you. And now when you go live, people buy on your badges and all this other kind of shit, right? And now you're a fucking influencer, right? All because you told a lie. Like, just like Dolomite said, you've been at this shit since he was 12. You 22 now. You a 10-year overnight success, right? And you come on here and you start to like tell these lies to these people, right? And now these people are looking at you like, boom. I mean, and I forgot who it was that made reference to the Instagram chicks. But these chicks going to Miami, you know what I'm saying, getting the BBLs, right? They're getting paid for by like a bunch of dudes, right? They go on here to get the BBLs, but now they're selling fitness products.
Yeah. They ain't done a fucking squat ever.
Take several seats. Okay, so if I ask you, okay, what's
they need several seats because they ass too big.
Facts.
Yeah.
You take several seats, but like you come on, I can't ask you what your ab routine is or what your leg day routine is. Because why? I ask you, hey, what do you do for legs? Blah, blah, this, that, and the third. Like, man, you got the same amount of followers. We should be peers, right? Like, right? What do you do? What's your leg routine? You can sign up for my class, my consultation. Bitch, no, I didn't ask you that. Like,
right.
But that's like what the shit with me, bro.
So the appearance of success, unfortunately,
like, oh, that's unfortunately, I've been doing that shit for years, bro. I've been teaching people how to run since I was in damn junior high school, bro. Since 8th grade track, doing hurdles, bro. So
all the way out there, ECU,
all the way up, all the way through ECU. So when it comes to shit like that, it's like, yeah, bro. Like, if anything, I feel late to the game, and like I should have been doing this shit, right? Run moves and shit like that. And like, oh, some people like literally, oh, how do you have the authority to do that? I've been doing this shit. I've been doing it. So now that preparation has met the time for me to do the shit and execute, well, that's what it is.
You on the X. Let's get it.
You know,
because that's the thing. Because like, it's a lot of motherfuckers like that. Like, you can say it was luck all the time, but I always tell people, nigga, luck ain't always like, you know how they be saying that was a lucky shot. Oh, that was lucky this, that was lucky that. If I wouldn't have made it, it wouldn't have been lucky.
Lucky is
if
when
we was down by 15 points, that shot wouldn't even have mattered. It wouldn't have been fucking lucky. It took for us to be within 2 points for that 3-pointer to be a lucky fucking shot. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been shit.
Walk past the motherfucker and they hear you on the phone and they're casting for a movie and they're like, oh shit, that would be perfect for my movie. How many times have you heard that story? I think I've heard that story once.
Yeah.
That's luck, man. You just happen to be in the right place at the right time. And I don't know what you guys believe or think, but I believe in destiny and predestination, and you were just predestined to do that, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think I heard that story one time too. Somebody was in the bathroom in a stall.
That's right.
Or something. I think
that's right.
I think that's the story. That's the story I heard, right?
It was Tyler Perry that heard him, right?
But it's like this though. Mark Eaton old basketball player from like the early 80s, late 70s.
Utah Jazz.
Yeah, they found Mark Eaton working on the construction site. David Stern was driving past a construction site and saw Mark Eaton. But the thing about Mark Eaton, that motherfucker's 7'2". Like, that
You
wasn't
should
luck.
be
That
playing
was
ball
7 foot
someplace.
fucking 2.
Yeah.
Like a lot of times, it might seem like luck, but it's you was lucky to be that fucking tall. You might be lucky to be the type, the perfect fat bitch that he need for the role of a fat bitch. But at the end of the day, it's still gonna take some talent for your ass to stay doing what the fuck you doing.
That kid just turned his back. He said, "Fuck it."
Nah, man.
I'm gone. This has been another episode.
That's a fact, man. Anybody can teach you to do anything they need you to do, bro. You have to be willing to put the work in, right? And chase what it is that you want. Like anybody can teach you to do what they want you to do.
Yeah, because even let's just say, because like one outlier, like a person who I could honestly say I feel like came out of nowhere is Trinidad James.
Ian Wright, yeah.
Trinidad James dropped all gold everything on SoundCloud, and the shit just went fucking viral. Like it just took the fuck off. But at the end of the day, if you don't have the talent to sustain that shit, then you gonna fizzle the fuck out. Like all gold everything came and went. Another nigga, designer. Came
Panda.
Yeah, like you go viral real fast, but your ass could also go the fuck away real fast.
That's Kanye's fault. Kanye owed that man some money. Hey, Kanye.
Hey, this is a Kanye type episode.
Motherfuckers some money, man.
Hey, man, Kanye was a sponsor, bro. I be wearing hats. So I voted. So, hey, if you got somebody to sponsor, you need somebody to
You
work
didn't vote for Kanye West, man. Sit your ass down. You didn't vote for Kanye.
Hey, but listen though, on real talk. That's how these episodes came about, these pop-up episodes. So let's not do too much disrespect, because I feel like Kanye is an influence on that, just randomly getting together.
I can definitely say some negative shit about Kanye.
I don't think it's disrespectful. The
he
fact
from
is,
my
he owes
city,
people money.
so we don't claim that nigga no more. He finally getting invited back to the Chicago barbecue. Slowly but surely, we inviting him back.
Yeah, man, I don't feel like it's disrespectful. It's a fact. This is public record. He owed these people money, man. Pay these people, man. What are you doing?
Nigga.
True. But hey, we gotta thank podcasting for bringing Kanye back, though.
Hey man, if Kanye West could charge me $232 for a T-shirt, man, you could pay the royalties to designer for that panda shit, man. Come on, stop it.
True.
Nah, man, they say he owed Big Sean $6 million. So
he do owe Big Sean.
Ooh, that's not good with the boys out of Detroit.
He probably owe a gang of niggas a gang of money on some real shit. But that's any industry mogul is running around here owing somebody some type of big bread, though.
Oh, that's a fact. That's a fact.
Like that's just the music game, nigga. Everybody fucking everybody.
Yeah.
Just this is a part
everybody
of the game.
fucking everybody and everybody fucking everybody over.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Everybody owe everybody some money. But I don't know, dog. You know, at the end of the day, it's you need the talent to sustain the moment. Like you can create a moment real fast. Like you can go viral and do all that shit and get the attention. But if you don't got the talent to sustain the attention is gonna go away.
Absolutely.
Look at all the Chicago Bulls after Michael Jordan and Scotty left.
I'm glad you said Scotty.
Yeah.
The first time Jordan left, them niggas still made it to the conference championship.
Now I'm talking about the Dickie Simpkins, the Jason Caffeys. I'm talking about all the motherfuckers that was on the bench. That ain't
New time to shine. Yeah.
The Scott Burrells, you know, all them guys.
Damn.
Who?
Houston Rockets got good after that. Houston Rockets definitely got good after that.
Yeah, shout out to all the niggas.
So, fellas, I don't know if you guys want to go to another topic. If you want to hit the closing remarks,
let's drop the closing remarks because we can run into something else in just a second. That's cool.
We're just gonna do an IG live or some shit.
No, we're just gonna do another Zoom. I mean,
okay.
because it's too many of us to just do it.
Y'all finna say I got some phone calls and texts to answer. So yeah, nigga, we could do closing remarks. I'll jump in the next Zoom too. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, y'all want to do the next Zoom? Get a break in real quick. And I know Mr. Kenneth Bridges, you got somewhere you got to go for whatever reasons. You know, you want to smash. So
I
that
surely do have other things to do.
He got an appointment. You got an appointment.
I surely do.
In Modesto. In Modesto.
Ain't you in LA?
Yes, the fuck I am.
Nigga,
Why do I keep saying Modesto? Hey, you know we do. Hey, listen, I do want to say this on the record. Like, you knew that I came to California for 3 days, bro. I hit you up because I came to Los Angeles because of that Chemical Romance shit. I was there for 3 days. I hit you up, bro, and you didn't even hit me back up. And then I jetted on the plane back to Ohio.
When was you in California?
Hey, listen.
Yeah, back in October, I fly everywhere. I can be there. I was even in Dewanstown one time.
Bro, I'm gonna be out there in LA. I'm gonna be out there in LA.
Definitely pulling up out there in LA, man.
Yo, let me go ahead.
January.
Let me go ahead and second that. Right, I'm moving to LA, Point Malibu, actually, in March. Right. So if y'all Cali niggas that's on this Zoom, if we don't link up and do something live, we got in real life beef forever. That's all I'm saying. No doubt.
And the next time I'm in LA will be the 3rd week of April. I'll be there for 2 weeks.
All right.
Hey, y'all know where
anyway.
the LA guys, y'all know where Kaiser, was it the Kaiser Hospital or whatever? Y'all know what I'm talking about?
It's 1,000 of them. It's a franchise.
So this one is kind of near the Slauson and whatever area is the closest one to that area. I'm gonna be in that little section, man. So y'all definitely get at me. I'll be out there in January, bro.
Well, you down the road, then. So let me know, bro. For real.
I'm just still in these podcast streets. I'm gonna let y'all have the real life streets. I'm just in these podcasts.
Hey, you can definitely come to the little St. Paul event that I got going on.
I live in St. Paul, so it's whatever.
Oh, all right. Oh, well, yeah, you see me in your area. Y'all got some wild shit going on out there. Are you touching base with all of the little minor podcasters out there? And one thing I'm going to set the record straight on is a phrase that I coined on some dude's show. I think it was Franklin Francisco. We are the medium tier podcast. All right, guys. Like, don't sit here and let somebody call you legacy or some dumb shit like that. We are the medium tier. We right here. We about to be here. Outside of that, you gonna edit this shit out, right, Jay?
Nah, man, we leaving all this in.
this shit gonna be raw.
Leaving all this in.
I can edit it, bro. I edit shit real, yeah. Real good.
I don't do no editing. I just, man, look, it is what it is.
Man, shout out to the homie method. You just put the shit out.
Shout out to the homie one take.
Facts.
All right, so let me do my shameless plug real quick. I am JR from West Virginia Uncommonplace. March 15th, we move over to Twitch. Going over to Twitch means we're gonna have movies, video games in the background while we doing the podcast. 4-on-4, 2-on-2, whatever it turns into. We are moving to Twitch. I'm tired of not being in a different realm. It's time to get that gaming realm strong.
Hell yeah. I had a young lady tell me, she's a gamer, but she told me that Twitch would work wonders for my podcast. And I didn't listen, but I'm about to get on that shit.
I'll send you a video later.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to learn that shit. I'm gonna have to get on there because I don't know nothing about that shit, but I ain't above it, nigga. I like playing video games.
Definitely gonna have to run Mafia on that shit.
Yeah,
you ain't about to leave me. I'm in there.
Hell yeah. I'm a young old man. So
play Call of Duty and podcast at the same time.
Nigga, I'm trash at Call of Duty, dog.
Same.
Grand Theft Auto and podcast at the same time. That's all I got for you.
Yeah,
I know. I need to take somebody's paycheck on 2K.
Huh?
I need somebody to put their paycheck up on 2K, no matter if it's the 5 or the 1.
2K what?
NBA.
2022. I used to be good at that shit, but it started getting too dumb. I stopped playing it. When it became difficult to make an open layup, I stopped playing the shit.
So here's the thing.
I'm still playing 17,
I'm gonna be nice.
I wish that was a joke.
I will sit in front of the camera with the joystick and act like I'm playing while my oldest daughter is actually whipping your ass over there in the corner. Yeah, take that paycheck.
Okay.
Nah, man. But so I guess my closing remarks would be this, man. I definitely see the points that were made tonight. I definitely see that significance and success go hand in hand. I still hold my position that significance precedes success in most cases. There are always exceptions. There will always be exceptions. But I do realize that they go hand in hand. And I do realize that the perception of success could breed significance because of the society that we now live in. At the end of the day, I feel like, we should pursue both simultaneously, and whatever happens just happens from that. We need to check how we define success. I don't define success as being monetarily, a monetary thing. That's just me. I understand why a lot of people do, but I know a lot of people who are very wealthy, but they are not successes in life. They're not successful in family. They're not successful in their community. They're the scum of the earth, basically. There was a time in my life where I had a lot of money, but nobody liked me. I was a piece of shit. Just being honest. So, we need to check our values and shit, get on point, make things, see things for what they really are and make the adjustments.
I guess I go next. Fuck it.
Who the fuck's supposed to follow that?
Too much. Huh?
Who the fuck's
Jay,
supposed to
nigga.
follow that? You don't.
Hey,
You the
nigga.
only person that can. Let's
I follow
let's
anybody,
get it.
nigga. I don't give a fuck. I'm
Ain't
coming
me.
behind anything, nigga.
Let's get it.
Nigga, Uncle Dolomite of the Too Much Game podcast, nigga. I'll be back motherfucking soon. Nigga, all I'ma say is work on your fucking craft. Because at the end of the day, attention without talent don't mean shit. You'll have a fucking moment and your moment will fucking pass. Always make sure that you are prepared when opportunity knocks. Because you can meet Oprah, Joe Budden, Joe Rogan, or any of these motherfuckers. If you ain't got no episodes, or if the episodes that you got is whack, or they not finished, or they undone, unpolished, you phoned it in, mailed it in, or however you say it, opportunity don't mean shit without preparation. You can meet all the right people, and if you ain't prepared, that shit is bullshit. Or if you meet the motherfuckers and you prepare, but you don't got the talent to sustain it, that don't mean shit. So always work on your craft and be at 100% at all times, because you never know who you gonna run into and what it could turn into.
Hey, drop this man some bombs. Jay Christian dropped this man a bomb.
Okay, do we have one? We have one somewhere. Let's find it.
I ain't got my equipment, nigga.
Let's find that bomb real quick. Hold on.
Hey, leave that shit for the next episode.
I got you.
They're gonna have to edit that shit in.
I know y'all heard that damn bomb. I know you did.
It came through.
All right.
Hey, man, listen. Kinfluence. Follow me on Instagram, KEN_FLU.ENCE. Follow me under the same handle on TikTok. If you need to email me for any reason, it's kinfluencechannel@gmail.com. Look, man, I think without success, without building that strong portfolio, you're gonna miss your mark, you're gonna miss your moment, kind of like Dolomite said. But with that, you got to be able to sustain that momentum behind it. And a lot of that comes from understanding what success is for you first before you say that I'm successful, because that's going to drive your momentum. So find a qualitative and a quantitative way to say I'm successful. Find the metric, whatever it is. So if it's you having 2 followers, whether it's you saying I have 2 episodes out a week or 2 a month, whatever it is for you, make it work and stick to it. And then don't move the goal line. Don't move the first yard marker every time you get close. You get 8 yards and then you say, I got to get another 10. That's not going to do you any good. Meet that first goal that you set and then set the next one until you finally get that touchdown that you've been looking for. So after you do that, man, then you can start building the momentum. And then as you build success, you will build more relevancy and significance. You will build more success and more relevancy and significance. So again, that's been me, Kinfluence. I appreciate y'all having me on, bro.
I'm Big Smash. Bet the House Podcast. We every fucking goddamn well. Shit, goddamn it. All platforms, always betthehouse.com. I'm chilling. I'm relaxing. I'm podcasting when I ain't out making babies. I don't do much.
Stop doing that shit, nigga. Stop making babies. We gonna have to circulate a petition.
I don't do much, you know. I just roam around these podcast streets, you know, just trying to find some people to debate me. That's all. The usual, you know. I'll be traveling down them GML streets real soon. I meant that when I said that. Shout out to my man Dewan. But y'all know what it is, man. That's it.
Yeah, I guess that was subliminal and a segue at the same time. I'll run it from here, Coach. I got you. Dewan J, man, 1/3 of the Grown Man Logic crew. We are everywhere. Salute to my co-hosts Kendra and Eric. Follow them, man. Follow you know where to find me. Grown Man Logic Podcast on all streaming platforms. Follow Eric on that one guy, UK and know that the number one guy, and follow Kendra at Coffee with Kendra. Give us some love. We on break right now, but I am currently appearing weekly with the homie Styles on Live Happy Hour, Instagram Live, and swing by Amazon.com. Pick you up a copy of Dear Dominic. Available right now on streaming platforms, and for Grown Man Logic merch, shop grownmanlogicpod.com.
I'm out here throwing mics at motherfuckers like Busy Bone.
And thank you, thank you to our gracious host for putting this conversation together. It was dope. Let's do it again.
Dope conversation.
And one thing I want to add in, if you rewind this podcast, you will find that the Cognac Room Podcast Productions has been behind this podcast episode today, in conjunction with every other podcast that's been involved today. And lastly, one thing that we got to remember in the community, man, podcast strong. Big up your brother, your sister, whoever, when we doing podcasts. This was a fun event to do, and I do believe Dewan's got something cooking up in the future. So definitely everybody get in touch with that.
Please follow WV Uncommonplace on Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, TikTok, where we have some great content, Facebook, LinkedIn. Hit up the merch store at oncommonplace.square.site. Join the email list from the website, and rate, subscribe, and give feedback from your favorite podcatcher. And lastly, thanks for listening, and tune into the next episode.